Hey, welcome to Outdoor Quest TV. I'm TJ Schwanke. Kind of looks like we're living in luxury right now, but we're actually doing a game drive here today at Pilansesburg National Park, just a couple hours outside of Johannesburg. A little bit of an exercise getting here. So we had our flight canceled coming to Johannesburg, and so we had to book a flight earlier, so we decided to spend an extra day here just in case our rifles didn't get here so they could catch up with us. Speaking of rifles, we did have 2 rifles left behind, and somehow mine never even left Calgary. The joys of travel these days, and so sometimes you just got to put on your patience cap. But this is going to be fun today. Big 5 living here, all kinds of plains game. We've got our own private vehicle there. We've got Don and Greg with us. They've been on the show before. Doug and Tina are here, so we're just going to have a bunch of fun today, and then off to East London tomorrow, and we'll do some hunting. Well, pretty cool so far. Just late morning here at Pilansesburg Park, and so far we've seen the really big Cape buffalo, we've seen elephants, we've seen rhino, seen a little bit of plains game. So Tina, you wanted to see a giraffe on this trip, and we saw a lot of them.
We did.
Yeah.
Yes, it was definitely a nice up and close and personal experience.
Yeah, it was cool. We were, I don't know, maybe 10 or 12 yards away from the giraffe, so pretty cool. But nice way to spend a day when KLM screws up and you're waiting for your guns.
Anything interesting about the elephants? One trunk of a fully grown elephant, it's equivalent to the bucket that it's more like 20 liter. And they drink about 150 liters of water daily. Almost about 300 kilograms of food that it's eaten daily.
Well, getting stuck in Johannesburg for an extra day wasn't that bad. Amazing tour today here at Pilansesburg Park. Go back, stay at the hotel at the airport tonight, and then we're up early tomorrow to catch a flight to East London, where Ray's going to meet us, and we're going to go hunting there.
The hunt is about the journey.
And that journey has taken us across 6 continents.
But we still love to hunt right here at home in Canada.
Join us on season 26 of Outdoor Quest TV. Outdoor Quest TV is brought to you by Hornady, accurate, deadly, dependable. Sacco Antica Firearms, demand perfection. Zeiss, we make it visible. Loa Boots, simply more. Silver Willow Taxidermy, see the difference. Closed captioning provided by Deluxe Wall Tents, made in Canada for Canadian conditions. Well, first morning here at Lalapa Safaris. We got in yesterday and got the gun we're going to be using here for a couple days. We went and shot it, made sure it was good for us, and it was. And we actually brought a ballistics turret for Ray to stick on it, so we'll be good. We watched our air tags last night, and our gun actually left Calgary. So if it makes it through Amsterdam, it may get here tomorrow. So Ray and his dad spotted a big eland a few days ago when they were out checking cattle. We're actually just hunting sheep and cattle ranches here. This isn't high fenced or anything like that. This is kind of like hunting elk at home. They just jump over the cattle fences like nothing, but they spotted what they said was a giant eland. And if Ray's excited about an eland, I'm excited about an eland. So we're going to look for it. I guess the guys have kind of been hunting over there a little bit, and in a month they've seen it twice. So it's far from a sure thing, but we'll see if we can find him. Our friend Greg shot a really nice fallow deer last night.
There he comes. There we go. That's him. Oh. Yeah, that thing's loud, eh? Ah, he's gonna die, that thing, surely.
So if you've watched Outdoor Quest in the past at all, you'll recognize Ray Kemp from Lalapa Safaris. This is our fourth time here with you, Ray, and I don't think it's because of your lunches you pack or anything for us.
Oh, my good looks.
Yeah, your good looks, but no, this is a really special place for hunting here. And people ask you like how many acres you have here to hunt, and you probably have no idea. There's so much.
Yeah, so like I was saying in the truck, it's literally this whole valley, this kind of a one ranch that we don't have out of 100,000 hectares. So
yeah, which is over 200,000 acres. Like it's unbelievable. Exactly. And a lot of sheep and cattle ranches here, so a lot of this is low fence, and then there are some high fenced opportunities here as well. And it's just a great mix, and the cover is great. And we love hunting here because it's like home. You know, you've got the mountains and the big valleys, and a lot of, you know, you're setting up spotting scopes and glassing and things like that.
So as you can see, it's this nice scattered bushveld.
Yeah.
So it's just ideal terrain for what we're looking for and what's good here. You know, eland and kudu and mountains for mountain reedbuck and fallow deer. We can hear them in the rut at the moment. So it's just, it's fantastic open land.
So what are we looking for this morning?
I saw a big eland here last week. Really nice big bull that I hadn't seen before. And we've just heard a fallow deer grunt, and there's some nice big kudus around here, so that's basically what we're after this morning.
All right, so we're just going to walk down here and
walk down off the ridge and just glass all along this ridge line.
Perfect.
We heard that fallow deer croaking down the bottom over here, so we wouldn't mind taking a look at him.
Cool.
If we can hear him, if we hear him, we can find him.
Well, I've got a secret weapon here.
It looks dangerous.
We'll see how it works. So it's a pretty cool morning here this morning. We had quite a bit of rain last night, and it's still nice and cool here this morning. It's supposed to get very hot as the week goes on. So it's funny, these animals, when it's cool like this and wet, they don't like getting up too early. So we were out here early, and we did see a few eland this morning, and driving along the road we saw some kudu, but for the most part these animals will probably stay out till noon today, or maybe all day. Once they get a little wet at night, they like to get up and get dried out. So Today's going to be a really good day. After that, it's probably going to be a little morning, kind of morning and late afternoon hunting. But it's neat country, though. You can just glass so much and see so much. If you're an elk hunter from Alberta or BC, it's exactly what it's like, except we're hunting 2,000-pound elk today. Outdoor Quest TV is brought to you by Defense Aerosols, bear spray for when your life depends on it. Safari Club International Canada, first for hunters. Alberta Outdoorsman Magazine. Midland Radio's communication for every adventure. We run some sort of ballistic compensation on all of our Zeiss scopes. And what this allows us to do with longer shots is hold the crosshairs, exactly where we want that bullet to hit. Gone are the days of Kentucky windage when you held your crosshairs somewhere above the animal and hoped that bullet hit the vitals. So, we've either got exposed turrets or a ballistic reticle. I've flip-flopped a lot between ballistic reticles and exposed turrets, but these days it seems like I'm mostly running a Z-Plex reticle with an exposed turret like we find on this Zeiss V4 here. It's about as simple as it gets. Now, the scope comes with an MOA turret, but we get custom yardage turrets burned by the good folks over at Ballistics Turrets. We just supply them with the muzzle velocity and the bullet we're shooting, and they burn the turret, and each one of those numbers on there represents a precise yardage. This Zeiss V6 here has both the ballistic reticle and exposed turrets on top of it. And with the reticle, you have the primary cross in the middle, and then you have secondary hash marks below that. And each one of those represents a yardage, depending on, again, what bullet you're shooting and your muzzle velocity. So the great thing is Zeiss has a super app for your phone, and it calculates what each one of those secondary hash marks represents for yardage. So just have to plug in the muzzle velocity, the bullet, a couple other variables, and it prints it out for you. So again, it's a pretty simple system, other than you have to remember what each one of those secondary lines means for yardage. We zero all of our rifles at 200 yards, no matter if we're using the exposed turret or the ballistic reticle. So this keeps things pretty simple. The only variable that can happen is with the reticle. Now, as these are second focal plane scopes, as you adjust the magnification, the yardage value for each of those secondary hash marks changes. So what we like to do is calculate what yardage they're good for at maximum magnification, which works out perfectly anyways, because when you're shooting long range, you want to be at maximum magnification. So that's the only thing you have to remember. Other than that, it's pretty simple. Well, let's head back to the Eastern Cape. Well, we drove up to a really high point here where we can glass for absolutely miles and miles and miles, and we've seen quite a few eland. There's a really good kudu bull down here. Ray doesn't think it's quite a first day bull, but it's definitely a really good one. There's about 20 or 25 fallow deer kind of working through the heavier cover over here, just kind of getting glimpses of them, but you can just hear them croaking like crazy. We got a lot of animals around us right now, and they actually came out pretty early today, but we still got, probably an hour and a half or so, and if these fallow deer come out, Vanessa might be trading me the camera for the rifle.
Well, looks like we switched the gun. We spent all day hunting eland for TJ, and this evening we went up to the judge and we heard a ton of croaking. So we've slipped in here, and the plan is we're going to listen for the fallow deer croak and then stalk in on the sound, right?
Yeah, well, we were up on the top of the mountain and the wind was blowing so strong up there. It wasn't worth sitting there, and they were croaking.
Yeah.
A lot down in this valley down here. So let's hopefully, we can hear one right now. Mm-hmm. So we'll just take our chances. We haven't seen what he looks like or anything, but we take our chances stalking on him. It should be, they'll tell us where they are in this thick bush. Yeah. And then hopefully get a nice close shot and a nice stag.
just saw a glimpse of him, but not. There's another one over this way.
Like when you see him, I'll see if TJ's ready, but you'll have to take your chances through the brush, you know what I mean? You're not going to get a clear shot of Bronx.
Okay.
Can you see that now?
No.
Here comes the stag now. At the back. He's on the left now.
I don't see it.
This segment is brought to you by Stony Creek Hunting Gear. It's in the blood.
And there he comes. No, he's gone left now.
Yeah, definitely when I had my binos on, I could see, but I couldn't see through this. Yeah, all I see is fleeting glimpses. I don't have a shot. I have no shot.
There he is. That's it, that's it. It's done. Okay, he's dying. And he's down. There, just like that.
Holy,
That was good, huh? 30 yards.
that was thick.
There might have been a couple of swear words in there, TJ.
Not
Just
for
a couple.
me.
No, not me. It's like, bugging me. Good job. That's it.
That was
After all
tough.
that was well worth it, eh?
That was really tough. All I was seeing
Well,
was
you see the rifle's heavy as well, so you can't keep it up.
I couldn't keep it up. I had to keep taking a rest, but I had to make sure I had good contact on both knees,
100%.
right? And then it was, like you said, it's like you see the female. I saw like this much of the female.
Yeah. Why did you get that scope on? What is it on now?
It's about 4.
Yeah, you see, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Because if you hit it any lower, you don't know what you don't even see the definition.
Yeah. So all I had opened up was right behind the elbow.
Yeah.
And just to halfway through the body, and I just kind of aimed right
Well, you
halfway.
hit him square. He expired immediately.
Holy
That was decent.
doodle! Perfect shot.
Yep.
Look at that.
That's a stag, ladies and gents.
My goodness.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you.
Content.
Oh my goodness. He's beautiful. Oh, look at that. We'll definitely get him set up for you better, but let's just have a look here. Oh, look at that. That was so cool, hearing them croaking and croaking, and
Proper steak.
and when that one came out and you were like, that's not him. That's not him.
I didn't want you to shoot that little one.
No, and he stood there for the longest time kind of looking at us. And
Didn't have a clue what we were. I'm going to take a picture just like it. I quite like that.
well, Ray, that happened really, really fast. I think when we started our stalk, it was 5:22, and
That's it. Well, from the top of the mountain, maybe we'll do it, and they're croaking down there. Let's go down there and see if we can put a stalk in them, because it was so windy on the top there.
it really
It was
was.
just pumping, and so this was our best opportunity to
Yeah.
come down here. And
Yeah, it was pretty amazing up on the top there, hearing all the
It was.
croaking, and we knew that there was more than one male in here, and we knew there was a lot of females in here, but it was really, really thick once we got in
it
here.
was. I think we can give ourselves a pat on the back for getting that close. What, 30 yards?
Oh, it
With
had
all
to have
those
been.
females, and then another stag came to take a look at us, a young stag,
Yeah,
and eventually being able to get a shot in the dark, like when it was starting to get darker, the sun was
Yeah.
starting to go down, and it was in this thick bush.
that was hair raising.
But yeah, it was it
So
worked out
exciting.
exactly as we thought, wasn't it? It was damn exciting. Even my heart was pumping. I could hear yours.
Yeah, I mean, it was great because, you know, you were kind of calling out what was going on and everything, so I was able to just focus on that one little window. So that was, I mean, it was perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect teamwork.
But it was good.
Yep.
Success.
Thank you so much,
That was a
Ray.
pleasure.
It was
That was
awesome.
What a pleasure hunting them in the rut, man.
Oh, it really is. It's so fun. I could come here every year and just
Do the
hunt fallow deer.
Yeah.
For more information on the incredible free-range hunting opportunities available on the Eastern Cape of South Africa with Lalapa Safaris, contact Raymond Kemp at lalapasafaris.co.za. Outdoor Quest TV is also brought to you by these fine sponsors.